Hello everybody, you're listening to Mark Ling, and I've got with me two really special guests. These guys have they've been really successful marketers for a number of years now, but even in the last 7 weeks since Google Penguin has hit, in terms of for those of you that don't know what Google Penguin is, it's just a change to Google's algorithm and the way they rank their websites. And since then they've managed to make over 170,000 US dollars during that time, and from natural search engine rankings, which is really impressive. They've got some really successful students, and they've got lots of cool information to share with you, including example websites and more. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to Mike Long and Kelly Felix. Welcome along, guys.
Hey, Mark.
Mark.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Hey, everybody.
It's great to have you guys here. I don't know if you guys want to fill us. Would you guys be keen to fill the audience in on like your background, and then obviously you've got an eye-opening presentation, and I'll let you guys take it away, and then later in the webinar we'll do some Q&A.
Absolutely. This is Kelly here, and I'll go ahead and get us started. Unless is that cool with you, Mike?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, great. So my name's Kelly Felix, and really appreciate that intro, Mark. Yeah, I've been around internet marketing space for about 12 years, and got started back in the year 2000, July 2000, I remember. And I struggled for about 9-10 months before I finally found some success, and it was kind of cool because I found it in a niche that wasn't teaching internet marketing or anything like that. I didn't start that until around 2005. So I did really well as an affiliate marketer, so I can really appreciate where people are coming from when they're affiliate marketers. On the flip side, in 2005, I created a brand some of you might be familiar with. It's called The Rich Jerk, and that really took off and did extremely well, and taught a lot of people how I did affiliate marketing and was just really successful at it. And The Rich Jerk just became, an 8-figure success, and I sold the company in 2008. And then just took a couple of years off, basically. And I came back in January 2010, and I was kind of shocked because everything had changed. It was very different how to rank sites and just do affiliate marketing in general. So I had to relearn everything. And at that time, Mike flew down and hung out with me, and we both figured out after about 4 months, we started ranking a lot of sites, and we were like, okay, we figured this out. And now we started to teach people exactly how we did that. And then for the past about 2.5 years, that's exactly what we've been doing. We created a membership area where we teach tens of thousands of people, kind of like a Philorama, how we do what we do, how we rank sites, and we just add videos on a daily, monthly basis, and just show people how we do what we do. And I'm happy to share many of those sites with you guys tonight. And you can, I'm sure you're going to learn a lot, because when we do webinars, we're not all about like selling you some big product or whatever. We like to actually teach you things that you can take away and hopefully implement within 24 hours. So that's where we're coming from, and that's what I hope to share with you tonight. And with that, I'll let you introduce yourself there, Mike.
Hey, Kelly, thanks for that introduction to you. Always great hearing about Kelly. By the way, I have the picture up on my screen. This handsome fellow on the left is Kelly. With the blonde spiky hair. I'm the one on the right here, just so you can kind of put a face to a voice. And my name's Mike Long. I started in internet marketing around the same time Kelly did, about 12 years ago. And the way I started was, I really like games. I really like video games and regular games. So I opened a game store when I was in my early 20s. And pretty soon I realized I was making almost all of my money online. It was the only way I was keeping my store afloat. And so eventually I went, just totally online, and more and more people started coming to me asking me how it was I was having so much success with my online game store, with my online game business. And one thing led to another. I started working behind the scenes of some of the bigger online marketing moves, and over the course of a few, really just a couple of very short years, I was able to help build actually tens of millions of dollars worth of businesses online. And really be able to help people, and it was really enjoyable for me. And I took some time off after that. Kelly and I both took a couple years off together, actually. Not together. We sort of separate, but we both took time off at the same time. and then we both came back a couple years ago after a nice couple-year break, and we, like Kelly said, we decided to kind of dive back into things and see what had changed while we were kind of taking a break, and and then we've made a bunch of money since then. We've helped a bunch of people. I'm actually really excited to share with you some of the stories and some of the things that are going on behind the scenes with some of our members. Like, we've made a bunch of money, and we'll get into that, but we're also really excited to share with you the success that that the people who we've worked with have had. I've got on the screen right here, I was kind of flashing these as Mark was talking. Hopefully it wasn't too distracting for you. This is Greg Morrison. And Greg, when Greg first met me and Kelly, when we first started working with me and Kelly, he was dealing cards at a casino. He was waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning and dealing cards in a casino. And it was a pretty tough job. And this little fellow that you see on top of Greg's back is his son. I think his name's Bryson. If I have that wrong, I apologize, Greg. But anyways, that little fellow was still in his mom's belly, and so he had a baby on the way, and he was working long hours, and he's like, man, he knew he had to make a change, and he came and met up with me and Kelly and started really digging in and doing some work. And what you see here are about 9 PayPal statements, and they all add up to a little over $1 million that he's earned in the last year. We're going to get into how he's done that. He's actually up to $1.2 million that he's earned in the last year. There's a lot of other guys that have had some success. This is Mike Swanson. I clicked over. I never know with GoToWebinar how quickly slides click over when I change the screen. I know sometimes there's a little bit of a delay. So anyways, this is a handsome fellow that is on my screen right now. It's another. You see another PayPal thing here for $199,000 that Mike Swanson's earned.
I'd also like to point something out real quick, Mike. Sorry to interrupt you there, but what's cool about these guys is that none of these people are actually selling how to make money or biz-op stuff. These people are doing the legwork, getting sites ranked in various niches, and either becoming an authority in that niche, or they're providing their services that they've learned. So they've learned a lot of SEO, and then they become an SEO consultant to various companies and clients that pay them substantial amounts of money. So that's what I think is even more compelling about that.
Yeah, that's what Greg did. To kind of click back to Greg, a lot of people are probably wondering, how did Greg make all this money? And what he did was he got websites ranked, using our methodology. We have a very quick and easy way of making money. You really, we'll actually take you inside of some of Mark's rankings here. Me and Kelly are a big fan of Mark's. He's one of the only people that we really interact with in the internet marketing world. We're very selective. But we actually have a very different method than Mark's for ranking things. We actually have a very different method than everybody. And we have very quick striking SEO that lasts very long. It's very specific, very targeted, and people love these websites. Visitors love these websites, and what Greg did here was he sold several hundred blogs for a total of $1.2 million. This fellow right here, though, Mike Swanson, he did something totally different. And people want to know, well, what are the websites? Well, if I click over to Google right here, and right now we're just trying to give you a quick overview, but we're also trying to dig into content. So if I go to Google here and I type in oil stocks, which of course, with the stock market and everything that's going on with oil and the cost of oil nowadays, it's a pretty active keyword. Then if we scroll down a little bit right here to Wall Street window, then I guess it's usually in the top 10. Right now it's about number 8, and I'm clicking in, and this is Mike Swanson's site. And there's a video that's going to pop up here. I'm not going to actually play the video, but this is this is Mike Swanson's site. You can see Mike Swanson's name right here. And so what Mike's doing is actually getting sites ranked for various stock market keyword terms. He's usually in the top 10 for even the word stock trading. I think today he's like number 12 for stock trading, but he also does a lot of instant ranking for stuff like for Apple computers. He put together, our members are very generous with their, Kelly and I had an idea at the very beginning when we first got started teaching internet marketing to kind of have a hands-on approach where we really share our websites, and we're going to show you a number of our profitable websites. I'm going to show you a 7-figure website. I'm going to show you a multi-million dollar website in the relationship advice niche in just a minute. We really dug in, and we showed our members our websites, and then they show us our website. That was kind of our theory. You know, we show you ours, and you'll show us yours. And so Mike has been very generous. He actually has a video inside of our forum where he shows how he got ranked for Apple computers in 15 minutes, which was a really nifty video, and how he gets off of that. But anyways, we'll get all into it. But we have members making money in various ways, and it's not all these guys. You know, I mean, some of the guys. This is Rick Rivera. Rick has made over $200,000 now, getting our little Bring the Fresh sites ranked, and he's just doing affiliate marketing is what he's doing, and we'll get into what he's doing. It's called launch stacking. We'll talk about that in a minute as well. So there's a bunch of different kinds of ways that these guys are doing it, and that they're being successful. We also have a number of just great stories from the last few days. We really kind of enjoy a pretty extraordinary. It's pretty rare that a day or two goes by without me and Kelly hearing a new story. This is Nikolai. This is from June 13th, which is, I guess, about 2 weeks ago, and he wrote in and told us that from I think he's from Serbia, and he's made $25,000 with Bring the Fresh, and he was really excited about that. So he told us about that.
Oh yeah, and what's pretty cool about that, Mike, is that he also let me know that $400 a month there is a decent income. So he's kind of living large now.
Yeah, he told me the same thing. He was really excited. He's so proud of it, and we're so proud of him. This is Peter from Australia. I know there's a little bit of a, I know Mark's a New Zealander. Peter's an Australian, so there's a little bit of a rivalry there. But anyways, Peter actually does the same thing that Greg, that you just met a few minutes ago, did. And Peter gets websites ranked, and he sells them. And he just got us up to date with a brand new success that he had, $18,000 that he just made. This is June 15th. It's a couple weeks ago. So anyways, we're going to be letting you in on some recent successes. We're going to be taking you inside of case studies. I every once in a while, it's a little painful for me. Every once in a while, I'll peek in on somebody else's webinars, and I'm always thinking, man, show me the website, show me the earnings. I want to see it. I don't want to hear the mumbo jumbo. I want to see what's currently working right now. I'm going to just pull up one more slide here. Am I still making money? Are me and Kelly's, are we still making money? I mean, that's really the question, Like, this is some stuff. This is not from a launch. We didn't run some big internet marketing launch. This is Kelly's PayPal account right here. This is, Penguin started January, February, March, April 24th. So you see from April 24th to May 24th in PayPal, $60,000. That's a good amount of money, right? $60,000 in credits. That's good. And then a few weeks after that, I made this slide about last week. So 3 more weeks after that, that's $56,000 more, right there. And then here's one of this is Kelly and I have a lot of ClickBank accounts. This is one of our ClickBank accounts, definitely one of the top performing ClickBank accounts that we have. But you can see, I mean, this is real. This is SEO. This is free traffic. This is coming in all the time, and we want to let you in on it. We want to let you in on the secret sauce. So we're so excited you're here. Before I what I want to do is I want to click over to Kelly in just a second, because Kelly's going to take you on a magic carpet ride. He'll pass the mic back to me in a little while after he gets going. But I want to say that one of the things that we think about when we do this stuff, there's an old movie, a really old movie, with Jimmy Stewart. It's a black and white movie. They play it during Christmas time, and it's called "It's a Wonderful Life." And I don't know if you guys have seen it. I can't see people's feedback. Oh, well, speaking of feedback, by the way, here's my Facebook page. If you go to facebook.com/bringthefresh, or if you go to facebook.com/KellyFelix, you can add us. You can post on our wall. You can say, "Hey, this webinar stinks," or "Hey, Kelly's really good looking," or "Hey, Mike, your muscles are much bigger than Kelly's are." Whatever you want to say, you can tell us whatever you think. But we definitely want you to know you can get it out in public. If you think we're great, great. If you think we stink, we stink, okay, whatever. So just let us know. But you can add us on Facebook, and I'll be adding you as we go along. But there's this movie, It's a Wonderful Life. They play it around Christmas, and I'm thinking that maybe his life wasn't so great, and he's about to jump off a bridge, and an angel shows up, and he's like, "Hey, man, let me show you what your life would have been like. Let me show you what the world would have been like if you had never been born, if you'd never been around." and he finds out, he realizes that he really did add a lot to the world, and that's kind of what we feel like with bringing the fresh. It gets us really excited. You know, somebody like Greg here. Greg's really helping a lot of people. He's helping a lot of people. He's helping his clients become extremely successful, and he's very proud of that. And he's giving his family a better life, and he's giving his clients a better life. Mike Swanson here. This guy, he gives people stock trading advice, and it's kind of a small thing, but he was able to tell because of what he learned with what me and Kelly taught him. This is a small thing, but he was able to tell thousands of subscribers to stay the heck away from the Facebook IPO and to keep their money safe, and they did. And I mean, that might sound kind of weird, but this is people's retirement. This is people's lives. You know, this is Chris. This is Chris Cronje here. Chris is from South Africa, and I know I might be flipping through these slides, too quickly, so maybe it'll come up a few seconds later. But you see Chris here. When you see the guy show up, he's holding his little baby. Chris was out of his job. He didn't know what he was going to do. He was desperate. He needed to make money, and he started putting up the kind of blogs that we're going to show you how to do. And he helped some people who are like really interested in the Forex market, get started investing and get going. And he made $45,000 in 2 weeks. And actually recently, he just let me know he just sold a website for $80,000. And he's helping.
Hey, Mike.
So it's kind of like that movie. It's a Wonderful Life. It's fun stuff. Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know. A lot of people are enjoying the presentation, but I'm getting a lot of people that are frustrated that you just perhaps it's too many success stories right now. People,
sure.
Not everyone wants to just see income screenshots. They want to know what's the stuff. How's it done?
All right. Well, let me flip over. Let me flip over to Kelly, and Kelly, I'll get some teaching going here. So let's see. I'm making Kelly the presenter.
Okay, it looks like I have the screen. Can you guys all see me okay? You should see google.com right now. And yeah, I understand, Mark, sometimes we get caught up and we're just so...
Oh, no, that's cool.
We just get really excited.
It's not a complaint. I just thought I'd keep you up to date with where everybody's at and what's being said. Yeah,
for sure. And just so people know, we give everybody, when you check out our site, we give everybody our Facebook, Skype, and phone and everything like that. So we know these guys personally. That's why we get kind of caught up in it. But now I want to show you guys exactly how we do it. So I'm going to show you, actually I'll show you some keyword research I just did a couple days ago and a site I'm developing now. And I'll also show you about maybe we could fit in like 10 or 12 sites that I've recently made and got in the top 10 and how I monetize them and that sort of thing. Obviously it all begins with keyword research, right? So what we like to do is a few things. Obviously we like to get the keyword in the domain if possible even an exact match domain. And the way we do it, it makes that just not hard to find an exact match domain for a really high quality keyword that gets searched a lot. And we like to do things we're passionate about. So for example, a couple days ago, my girlfriend found out she had a gluten allergy, so we needed her to start juicing. If you're familiar with juicing, it's kind of like fasting a little bit, but you just get really healthy and you get a bunch of vegetables and stuff and juice them up in a juicing machine. So I wanted to, in a form of solidarity, kind of do the same thing with her along the way. And now I'm like really into it, right? So I was like, man, I want to create a website that tells people that thought the way I thought a few weeks ago, that juicing sucks, it tastes bad, and all that sort of thing. And I want to point them in the right direction of what juicer to get and tell them all about it. And I want to make some money in the process. So what I did was I watched a movie called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. And we can go to, let's go to Google AdWords keyword tool here. And he recommends in it a juicer called the Breville juicer. And I went out and bought that sucker. So you can see, here's one of the Breville juicers. There's many of them. There's blenders and juicers. I typed in a few of them here. And you can see like phrase match, the model number gets 6,600 and exact match like 590. So you could probably pick up a mix in there if you had an exact match domain for that, right? So, Google just gives an unfair advantage to exact match domain websites, and that's what we like to go for. We like to go for, like micro niche sites, and then if you decide later you want to branch it out and build more pages and get other keywords, then that's great. But right away, we just want to go for one and do really well at that one keyword. And so what I did was I just searched for this. This was earlier today. And now if I go over to Amazon, actually what I could do is just go to Amazon first, and you see I typed in Breville, okay? So you can see here one of the most popular juicers or blenders here is this Breville BJE 200 XL, right? So you can see it has 1,043 reviews, 4.5 stars, which is pretty good, right? I mean, that shouldn't be a hard sell. So your job at that point, if you created a website about this, you would want to get people over to your site and basically reconfirm to them that, yes, this is a great juicer. Now here's a link to Amazon, go buy it. And then you get an affiliate commission, right? It's not rocket science. That's just the way it works. So then if we go over to GoDaddy, we look here, and my session expired here, but if we type that in, BJE 200 XL, we can see that for one of the most popular Breville juicers on Amazon, I mean, this took me like 20 seconds to find, we can see an exactmatch.org is available for that product right there for $6.99. I mean, $7. So you're in the game right away. And so, you know, I don't want to just, I mean, that's a really low-hanging fruit there. So, I mean, somebody could work with that and make it profitable, no doubt, and get their 6% from Amazon. Or you could work with a local Breville distributor and maybe get up to 15% drop shipping and all that sort of thing. But I went back and was like, okay, what about that movie that I watched that told me about the Breville? So it was called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. Let's see how many searches that gets, okay? So we'll go down here and see. Oh, I gotta type in the captcha here. And we can see, so it gets 110,000 exact match searches, which is really good. 165,000 phrase match, and that's just locally in the U.S. Globally, it's a little bit bigger. But and actually, the guy's from Australia, so it might also reflect well in Australia as well. So if we now go to GoDaddy, we'll see that all those domains were taken. But guess what? When I looked this up a couple weeks ago, or a couple days ago, whatever it was, you can see that the exact match domain fatsickandnearlydead.org was available, and so I went ahead and bought that. So, you know, I just took a little passion there and created got an exact match domain for a site that gets 110,000 exact match searches for that keyword. And I think most people would agree that's pretty cool. So, you know, if I get up on the top page of Google, I'm going to have a massively, unfair advantage as it is, just because I have one of only 3 exact match domains that matter, at least in America. .com, .net, and .org are very easily ranked. And what I'm going to do then is I'm going to obviously talk about juicers on there and which ones I like the best, and then I'm going to have my affiliate link over to Amazon. And what I like to do on my sites is I like to take the reviews that are already on Amazon and kind of put them in my own words and say, hey, Joe from Ohio said this about it, and this guy said this about it, and say many of the good things about it, but I also throw in a couple of negatives so it sounds legit. You know, if I was talking about like a remote control or something, I might say, man, this is the best remote control ever. The buttons are a little bit big, but, you know, other than that, it's a really good thing. So that's what I'm planning to do with this site in a few days. And if you'd like to, you can keep track of me doing that. I'm going to do that in the future. But let's jump into a few sites that I've already done that with, okay? So one of the things I like to do when I do keyword research is I like to use, I'm going to give you a big tip right here. I like to use VS, versus, when I'm doing keyword research. So, for example, there's a computer processors out there and various laptops by Intel that are really popular. One's called an i5 processor and one called an i7 processor. So when people want to buy a computer, they want to know, they go home and do their research or on their phone on Google, they want to know which processor is better. Is it worth the extra money to get the i7 or is it not? So they go into Google and type in i5 versus i7. So let's see how many searches that gets, okay? So you can see it gets a good amount of searches as well. I typically go for anything with over 1,000 exact match searches. I'll go for that. because I know that if I get number one, I'm going to get at least probably like 400 visitors to my site every month, and I can work with that and make some money with that, a few $100s a month or whatever. And obviously, if we get up to like 10,000 searches a month, then we're looking at probably a couple $1,000s a month I can make on that site. So we go and we find i5 versus i7 is a good keyword, because I was, shopping for a computer, and I go with the things that I'm passionate about and the things I'm working on. And every time I buy a product, I say, hey, I wonder if that's a good keyword and if it's available. So what I did was I went and I registered i5 versus i7.org. It was available. So let's go type that in Google. Okay, so you can see I'm number 2, i5 versus i7.org. And right now, all I do with that site is monetize it through AdSense, and it makes a couple $100 a month. It's nothing super special. I have hundreds upon hundreds of these sites, so sometimes I don't get around to adding the Amazon link, or I lose interest in one and start working on another one. Like, I'm really passionate about that juicing one, so I'm gonna start working on that. But I just do this over and over and over again. So let's look at another one. Let's go to, let's look up a keyword that, oh, by the way, you might notice I'm logged into Google right now, so you might think these are results that are skewed towards me, but you can also check for yourself, and you'll see that I'm number 2 as well, because I always log out and make sure I'm not cookied, and I check my search results first to make sure these results are legit. But let's type in another keyword that... This is one of the first keywords. We run a membership site, like we said, called Bring the Fresh. And what I did was I created this website. I did the keyword research. I created the site. I got it ranked all from step 1 to step 10, all in front of our members' eyes on video in real time. And this is the first site we showcased inside Bring the Fresh. And that was back in January of 2010. And you can see my site, kidneydiet.net, is still number 4, even after Penguin and all that stuff. And I even got a little Google love with some authoritative links down here, so that's pretty nice. And it's a compelling little title there, so I get a few more clicks than others probably, with the kidney diet secret. So we just go check out the site, okay? And we can see that this is not a good looking site, and the theme has nothing to do with the keyword, which is interesting, but it works. And I've shown inside our members area with this site, time in and time out, this site makes $550 a month, all because I found the keyword kidney diet. I found that it gets a few thousand searches a month, and then I created the exact match domain for it. I wrote up 3 articles. I actually didn't even write the articles, I have to admit. I had someone write them for me. Just some informative articles about best practices when you're looking to have a better diet when you have kidney disease. And in the top post, which I call my money post, you can see I put this here in May of 2010. I haven't touched it since. And this little link right here goes to a ClickBank site, and you can see my little hop link right here. And this is just a nurse that has a product for $50, and every time I sell her report here, basically she sells it for me. My job is to get people over to the site, and every time that sells, I get, I think it's $27 or something like that. So I make up to maybe $600 a month on this site. On some low months, maybe like $200, $250. But this is on autopilot. These are like little oil wells that I just have hundreds upon hundreds of these that I just let them do their thing. And you can see that not a whole lot has to go into this. Just a little bit of keyword research and forward thinking, what I like to call forward thinking. I'll show you in a minute. You can get things that haven't come out yet. You can also do, like, we'll get into how to promote launches that are upcoming for products. And if you get in first, you can get the exact match domain before anybody else. Or there's just ones out there that people haven't thought of, like, how did I get the exact match domain for a movie that's been watched online 2 million times? It's 165,000 searches a month, and there's an exact match domain sitting out there. That's just pretty crazy, and it just happens all the time. So let's look into a couple
Kelly,
of other sites. Yeah.
Just a quick question, just because a few people have typed it in. Do you ever run into any copyright issues or anything like that? And if you do, what, how do you resolve it?
Yeah, that's a good question. So that I would think you're referring to possibly having trademarks in the domain name. Is that what
Yeah,
you're
or even just it being against
basically
the terms and
talking about there? Because if
yeah,
that's the
or it being against the terms and conditions of the affiliate program you're promoting, um, or whatever. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that's a good question. So for Amazon, what you're not allowed to do is you're not allowed to use the trademark of the company in the main part of your URL. So if let's say I was going to promote that Breville juicer that we talked about before, let's go back to that real quick. So if I was going to promote this Breville juicer, I can't have Breville BJE200XL.com or .net or .org because Amazon's going to say, no, you can't do that. You can't have the trademark. But I can have BJE200XL.com, .net or .org. I just can't have the Breville in there. So what I can do is I can have BJE200XL.com/Breville. I can do that, and Amazon's fine with that. And for ClickBank, pretty much anything goes. It's pretty crazy. We had somebody cookie stuffing all over the place and stealing our commissions, and ClickBank shuts down their account, but then lets them create a new account. It's kind of crazy. ClickBank just, you can get away with black hat stuff over there. So if you're doing white hat stuff, like, you'll be fine. But as far as ClickBank goes, you can see on that kidney diet site, I didn't have any trademarks or anything like that. And that site, it was just kidneydiet.net. And then I refer them over to the product. So definitely recommend not having a trademark in the domain name. And now that you brought that up, I want to show you something cool, which is because that's leads right into the site I wanted to show next. Okay, so let's look up Warren Buffett, and let's see how many searches Warren Buffett gets also. So let's see. Warren Buffett gets 90,000 exact match searches a month, 246,000 phrase match. So that's pretty good. I guess everybody would agree that's pretty good. So now if we look down here, let's see what we can find. Not seeing it. Maybe it's on page 2 now. Let's see. Oh, there we are. Okay, so this site, number 12 right here, warrenbuffett.com. I actually own that site. Okay? So I was number 5 yesterday. Dang. Hopefully I'm just bouncing around. But so this site is a site I purchased knowing that this could potentially lead to a problem. Because, you know, Warren Buffett has $80 billion. He can obviously sue me, get the site back or whatever, right? So what I'm going to do is a number of things that I'm doing. I bought this site like 3 months ago. And what I have to do with this site is, number one, I don't want to make Warren Buffett look bad, right? So I don't want to put some spammy stuff on here. I don't want it to look bad or make him look bad in any way because I just don't want to raise any eyebrows, okay? Number two, I host the site in Panama, offshore, just in case anybody comes looking. And number 3, I registered it in, let's see, the Bahamas? Yeah, Bahamas. So for a site like this, I knew going in this could potentially be a problem. And, you know, if push came to shove, I would give up the site. If I had to, I just would. But I want to make it as difficult as possible. And in the meantime, I want to make it where he just doesn't want the site. So, you know, a few things I did was I went to, if you go to, you can just do a trademark search. And in the US, you can go to the government website right here and search the trademark database. And oddly enough, before I bought the site, I did this, and Warren Buffett's name is not trademarked. Apparently, he just doesn't care to own warrenbuffett.com. The guy I bought it from had the site for 8 years, and he just, nothing ever happened. Nobody ever came after him. He made sure not to do anything weird on the site or make him look bad either. But, you know, with something like this, you got to be careful. Because if you buy the name of the wrong person, they might want the site, and that's that. You know, they can just basically have it if they sue you or whatever. So this is a site that I'm doing a few things with. I'm rotating some ads right here. This is a theme that I developed on my own. It's kind of my own theme that I like to use. And I have a writer. What I did, I paid a writer $8 a day to add an article to the site every day. And it's not like I paid him to write 100 articles and have them drip feed over time. What my guy does is he goes out and looks at the news every day on Warren Buffett, anything related to Warren Buffett, and he rewrites the most interesting story in his own words. And ever since I did that, the site went up about 19 positions to number 5. It was number 5 yesterday, so hopefully it'll go back up there. And it might vary for wherever you are. I know for Mike right now in Virginia, it's still number 5, but I'm in California and it looks like I'm number 12, depending on the data center or whatever. But yeah, so that's a good question, and you know, you just have to know what you're getting into if you're going to deal with trademarks and stuff like that. But I advise to stay away from trademarks if possible, and if you are going to do it, just host it offshore and register it offshore as well. And then you can decide later if you want to give up the site or if you just want to ignore the people that are trying to get the site back from you. So I hope that answers that. And let's go to let's look at a few more sites, okay? Are there any other questions, Mark, that you see coming in a lot that I should cover, or should I just keep going?
There's several questions coming in, but we'll take quick questions, guys, during the Q&A part, because there's just so many. Like, honestly, I'm getting like about 3 a second right now. Now that you asked,
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
we'll do that at the end of the webinar, guys.
Okay, sounds good. So I'm going to move on, and I'll show some more sites. Let's see. Let's
Hey, Kelly,
type in.
how about the keyword phrase "get rich"?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I forgot about that. So this is I've been doing some links for Get Rich. There's a page on my site. So I have warrenbuffett.com/Warren Buffett 10 ways to get rich, and you can see that's number 9 for Get Rich right now. So I've been doing a few backlinks to that, some guest posts and stuff like that.
Yeah, and these things move around. It's actually number 3 for me, but that's something that gets a fair amount of traffic.
Yeah, so if I just leave AdSense on there, I'll make like, I don't know, $50 a day or maybe a little bit less. It's not that exciting. But if I rotate, like I put our own offer on there, Bring the Fresh, and you know, we make a sale or two almost every day. So, I mean, there's money to be made there. And I knew that Warren Buffett was a good keyword because back in the day when I did Rich Jerk, I promoted the Rich Jerk on Google AdWords, and I spent about 500 grand on AdWords, and it brought in, I think it was like 1.6 million off of AdWords, and Warren Buffett was one of my top keywords. It just gets searched a lot, and I was only paying 11 cents a click. It was awesome. But yeah, authors' names, famous people's names. I love to use their names of authors or names of products as my keyword. They just convert like nuts, and that was back in the day. That's how it worked, and it still works today.
You know what, Mark? I imagine you probably got some questions in about the whole site selling thing. Because obviously we have a number of people who've had some success with that. I know it's one thing to hear from me and Kelly about that stuff, but I know we're getting pretty close to a full house here. But I actually just got an email from Greg Morrison, who's made $1.2 million in the last 10 months with the methods we've been doing. And I don't know if it's possible, but and I don't even know if Greg has his headset right now. Greg's probably like, what? But can you see if it's possible to see if you can make him live, or if he's got his
maybe we can hear from the audience if they want to hear from Greg, who's one of our top students, who, like I said, made 1.2 million in the past 10 months.
Is this Greg M?
Basically making these little one-page.
Yeah. Greg Morrison.
Hey, Greg.
Are you on, Greg? Greg, is this Greg Morrison?
Hello.
Oh, I can hear him. I know Greg's voice.
What's happening, guys?
Hey, Greg,
Very quiet. Hey, how's it going?
Good. I was in the middle of shooting some videos and I heard you guys mention it, so I shot back over.
I knew that would pique up your attention. I know that we just got probably a lot of questions in, and you know, we were talking a little bit about your extraordinary success that you've had, going from, you know, certainly from rags to riches, from waking up at 4 in the morning to, you know, deal cards, to now making over $1.2 million in the last few months. And I was kind of curious. I think a lot of people, you know, have questions when it comes to how do you, you know, like sell sites. You know, is it really possible? But you've done it. You've done it on Flippa. You've done it on. You've done it for clients, and you know, you've been really, really successful with doing that. I wonder if you have yeah, like one of the things that you said, and I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'll tell you one of the lessons that you taught me that really has impressed me, and I wonder if you could just expand upon this a little bit. One of the things that really helped you become successful that you told me about was that you just get a website up and start making money with it any way that you could, whether it was AdSense or selling a little info product or making a JV with somebody. But it'd be where the website was already making money. Might even only be a few bucks a day. But then when you went to sell it, you just didn't care whether somebody bought it or not. Like you're kind of in a position of power. I sort of, I really like that story. I really like that lesson. And I was curious if you could tell us about how it was that originally came to you. That's how you made a $160,000 sale on Flippa. Is that right? David Mills was telling me about that earlier today.
Yeah, well, I sold my first website for $180,000 back in 2008, and that was basically a survey site, which through Kelly's Rich Dirt program, I was teaching people how to market on MySpace, and that led to me making a survey site. And then in return for me teaching people how to market on MySpace, they would promote the survey site. Eventually, I sold that on Flippa for $180,000, and then I kind of sat around for a couple of years after I got a big payday. And now that I've gotten back into it, my biggest client, who's paid me over $750,000 in the past 11 months, he found me actually by what you guys are showing. I had a site ranked in the search engines. He approached me. He wanted to buy it. He made an offer that I liked. And I ended up just doing more and more sites for him. That's how that relationship built with my biggest client now.
So, Greg, do you make like? Hey, it's Kelly here. So you make hundreds of these like little 1, 2 page, 3 page blogs for him, and then what you sell him on an average of how much?
I started out selling them for the first one I sold for $5,000. Then from there it went down because I started selling them in bulk. And something I like to do is, when I'm working with a client like that, I like to give them discounts just out of the blue. Like, for example, after I sold them like 10 sites, I said, hey, I'm going to start giving you a $500 off for each site. And what that did is just kind of built my trust with him, and it built my relationship where he would just give me more and more work.
How has Penguin been for you? Has it been? Are you still able to get websites ranked, or it's all over after that, right? You can't get websites ranked anymore?
I mean, Penguin brought a little change. When I first started with my biggest client, I was using a lot of profile links, and they were working great, and I wasn't even varying up the anchor text that much. And the biggest problem Penguin presented was changing that up, where now I use like quality articles for my links, and I didn't really use profile links, and I just switched up the anchor text more. So it didn't really switch it up as far as using one page or one like blogs that you guys teach. So that didn't change at all, really. Just kind of switching up the backlinking method.
Yeah, I was obviously being a little sarcastic there. You're like us. You've gotten hundreds and hundreds of sites ranked in the last 7 weeks.
Yeah, it's been, I think I've sold him about 350 now in the last 11 months.
Yeah, that's awesome stuff. All right, well, great. Sorry, go ahead.
I've sold an additional 50 to other clients I picked up from that. So it's just like a snowball effect. Once you get stuff ranking, once you get more and more stuff out there, you just have more and more possibilities. So
that's awesome.
Awesome. And just so everyone knows, guys like Greg and these success stories that we showed earlier. Another reason we're so excited about these people and we kind of like brag about them all the time is because these guys are inside of our forum. I can't tell you how many times Greg has told someone how they needed to change their site or what kind of backlinks they needed to get to it, or what they should do to kind of do what he's doing. And guys like Greg are just in our forum every day, like spilling the beans on exactly how they do what they do, which is pretty unusual. Most people usually hold their cards close to their chest, and guys like Greg come into our forum every day and just help people out, which is really cool.
Yeah, and Greg, we really appreciate you hopping on live now. Sorry, go ahead, Greg.
And it's just the way the Bring the Fresh community is, kind of just makes you want to share stuff. Because like everyone just kind of shares, and just it's kind of like you don't want to share because everyone else is. So that's just the way the community is in there, and it's kind of like the Rich Dirt days, which is really cool. So
awesome, dude. Well, I appreciate you coming on, bro.
Yeah, thanks so
no
much
problem,
for sharing
guys.
Thanks so much for sharing your valuable time.
Yeah, if anyone signs up for Bring the Fresh and you guys have questions, just hit me up.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Mark, should I go ahead and show folks? We keep mentioning Bring the Fresh over and over. Do you want me to give them a link to where they can see more about what we're talking about, or should I go ahead and teach some more, or what would you like me to do?
Well, yeah, you may as well give them the link.
Okay.
And then we'll go. And then I do have a lot of questions from people because I've got people that want to know how you get your sites ranking, what backlinking things you like, and so forth.
Okay,
and lots of other and on-page stuff. So I've got a few questions, but I thought, how about for those people that just want to get in and join Bring the Fresh, here, let's give them the link, and then for those that want,
I think Mark has a special bonus page or something like that. I'm not exactly sure how that works. Mark, do you have a special bonus page for us, or what?
Yeah, I gave you the link before the webinar, remember, and you were going to put it in the slide to show on the screen.
Sorry. That's
okay, so for now, right now, what you can do is, what we did was for Mark, because we just really like the way Mark does business. We like the way Mark teaches people great stuff. And I actually, inside Bring the Fresh, I don't know if you know this or not, Mark, but I did a case study where I reverse engineered a Philorama and showed everybody how awesome you are at backlinking. And
thank you.
I was gonna, yeah, I mean, you just do a really great job. And I was actually gonna show a little bit of that tonight if people wanted to see that too. Just a good example of how good backlinking looks. But what I did here was I set up a link. It's bringthefresh.com/Philorama. So if you go to bringthefresh.com normally, like live right now, you could become a member of our site for life for $97. But what we did with Mark is we made this link here, bringthefresh.com/Philorama, where it only costs you $7 to get inside.
And Kelly, I just posted on your Facebook wall, and I'm trying to get it over to you some different way. GoToWebinar is always a mystery to me, but it's you can either go to Kelly's wall, Facebook.
You can you type it? You can type it in the little panelist.
Oh
box.
yeah. I can just send it to everybody, can't I?
Yeah,
right,
but
let's see.
Yeah, I mean, you might want to type it on the screen so if anyone watches the replay, they can actually see the link.
Yeah, of course.
If you send it over, if you put it in that box right now, I'll pull up the page.
Okay,
But,
so if I send it to
everybody that is on this webinar right now can come inside and check out Bring the Fresh for $7. I mean, if that's not reasonable, I don't know what is. But come in, check it out, see if you like it.
Philorama.com/bringfresh.
Yep. So here we are. Philorama.com/bringfresh, and this is Mark's exclusive bonus. Do you want to just let folks check this out, or do you want to tell them what it's about, Mark, or should I just go ahead?
I think okay, I'll just get a vote from people. Do you guys want to hear more about Bring the Fresh right now, or would you rather we just got straight into teaching more content? I just want to get a vote from people, because some people are saying, hey, why are you doing the pitch and and stuff right now? Okay, it looks like everyone wants more content right now, and then I've got a few people saying pitch, but okay, if you guys want, anyone that wants to know what the product is, just go to philorama.com/bringfresh and you can read about that right away. Those that want content, how about let's get into, we'll just do more content right now. Okay, so philorama.com/bringfresh if you want to get your exclusive bonuses right now. For everyone else, let's get into it.
All right, sounds good.
So people,
all right, so
the biggest questions I'm getting though are people that want to know all about how you do your on-page and particularly your off-page optimization, like your link building, to get those high search engine rankings.
Okay, great questions. Okay, so let's get into that. Let's go to, here's another example of a site I got ranked for an upcoming video game, because I like to do forward thinking and coming up with domains, and it's easier to get exact match domains for products that haven't even come out yet. So, there's people searching for that video game Grand Theft Auto 5. They want to know the release date. So I got, let's see, I think I got Grand Theft Auto GTA 5 release date. There it is. It was number 9 a minute ago, but I'm like number 15 or 14 or something. So
for Bernie and everyone else that's typed in a philorama.com/bringthefresh, it's actually a philorama.com/bringfresh. So philorama.com/bringfresh. So anyway, I'll let you carry on.
Okay, so you can see. This isn't mine. That's a different one. I don't see mine here. It must have been on the first page. But let's see. It was on the first page a minute ago. I'm not seeing it now. I don't know. Let me check. Let me pull up another one. Let's do Mind of Mystery, or actually Mystery Method. Maybe folks might be familiar with this. Okay, so Mystery Method is a site that created just like the same exact way the kidney diet site was created. This time we didn't even have an exact match domain, so Mike created this site because he has a relationship advice site, and he wants to filter in visitors from these micro blogs into his main business. So he created themysterymethod.net, and Mystery Method is a highly searched key phrase for people. It's for guys that are kind of socially awkward and want to learn how to meet girls. Mystery is this guy who had a show on VH1 for a few years, and it showed guys how to meet girls and that sort of thing. So if we go to that site, we can see it. We'll turn off that video. So this is exactly the same crummy theme that we used earlier. And it's just a free WordPress theme, and you can see the last post Mike made on here was back in May of 2010. And again, it's just a few articles basically around the key phrase Mystery Method. So you can see we throw a few videos in here and there, and just some nice content about the Mystery Method and the sorts of things he does.
Kelly, if you want to pass over the presenting thing to me for a second, I'll take them a little bit further inside of this site and some of the results from this site.
Okay, yeah, sure. So real quick, people want to know about the on-page stuff. Well, the on-page stuff we use simple is better, in my opinion. So we use the Platinum SEO pack. That's the main plugin that we use. That's the plugin we use, Platinum SEO. We've used all-in-one as well, but I prefer the Platinum. And we can actually go inside. If somebody wants me to, I can go inside and show them the settings we use as far as like canonical and no follow and do follow. But if we want to just cover it broadly, basically what we do is we make sure we have categories that are related to the keyword. We tag the articles with you can see the tags here are related to it. Simple stuff. And we have it in the title. If you look in the meta tags, you can see it's in the description. It's just the simple, basic SEO stuff. We don't overdo it. We don't underdo it. We do it just right. We do all the basics. We make sure
we like to mix media a little bit. You'll see that there's a couple of one or two YouTube embeds, and those YouTube embeds have the keywords in there. That really helps. Gives you a nice boost. But part of what Kelly's pointing to here that's really important is we like to win in context. We're not trying to fight. Trying to fight Mike Tyson in his prime. And beat him up. We're trying to fight a rigged fight here and be very successful in that instead. And so what we're doing here with these single keyword blogs that we build, this blog that you're looking at right now, the mysterymethod.net, it's really focused around. And I'll show you my screen. And I really want to give you the idea of the incredible results that you can have by having a real focus involved with things. So I'm logged into my Aweber area. What we're doing is we're taking single keyword blogs, and that really helps us get started and get into a market very quickly. And yet it can have literally extremely powerful results. So right now I'm logged into my Aweber account. These are double opted in, and if you look right here, let me zoom in a little bit here. This website has helped me build a 90,000 person double opted in list and over $1 million business. And it's actually a multi-million-dollar business at this point. So it's millions of dollars. All from one of two things. This list is all built, zero affiliates. This is with absolutely zero affiliates, all built from SEO, either from single keyword blog sites or from YouTube. And let me take you inside a YouTube account. YouTube is actually even easier to rank. So this is a YouTube account. This is www.area51lifestyle. And if you look, I don't know how well people can see this, but if you look in the upper right-hand corner, it has 4.3 million video views, which I think is a good number of video views. It's quite a bit. And it turns out that as easy as these single keyword blogs are to rank, then YouTube videos are actually literally even easier to rank. And some of these videos, some of them have just a few views, some of them have a substantial number of views. This one has 90,000, this one has 243,000, 125,000 views. So these videos have a lot of views, and then what we do is we watermark them with our site name, and we have a link back to the main site, Area 51 Lifestyle, and that's how I built this 90,000 person double opted-in subscriber list. And actually, the total number of people who've ever joined this list is around 140,000. My partner David Mills just cleaned off 50,000 people who have over the years unsubscribed. Right now it says there's only 3 unsubscribes, but there used to be like 40,000 or 45,000. But anyways, the funny trick with this on-page stuff is that we do our on-page stuff right. We do it clean, we do it simple. We get that platinum SEO plugin done. We have our articles be fresh and unique. We have stuff like YouTube embeds. But what we're really doing is we're having these laser-targeted blogs, and Kelly's going to get into a bunch of stuff about backlinking, so that's going to be really exciting. But what I'll say about the way that we do things is we have a very low barrier to entry. And what I mean by that, a barrier is like a wall, and we look for a place where it's very easy to get started and very easy to build momentum. So with that site, if I go over to Google, then the progression for the site for Mystery Method was that it really only took me about 3 or 4 weeks. This is something that we do inside of Bring the Fresh. You can actually watch the progression of me getting this site ranked, and it really didn't take very long at all.
I'll just interject for a sec. I've had a lot of people asking about the price of your product, and so many people have been typing it in because one of the links on that order page prices it at $97, whereas every other link on your site prices it as $7 plus one more payment of $37, bringing it to $44. Okay, so for this webinar, there's a special where it is $7 for 7 days, and if you like it, then you'll be billed one more time for $37, and that's it. So for those of you that do buy, just make sure that that you're clicking the right buy link, because one of the buy links happens to have it at a higher price. That's because that's the normal price, and there was just a little mistake.
Is that from us? Is that on our end? Is one of the links on our end messed up that we can fix?
For those annoyed at me for interrupting, it's because I had to let people know, because so many people had asked me through the Q&A boxes. Several hundred people on this webinar, and I've been getting a lot of people asking me.
Oh, sorry about that. And
cool.
Mark, is that on our end? Is that something that we can fix on our end? Is there? You probably don't know.
People are now getting annoyed at me for interrupting, so I think I'll let you just carry on.
Oh, okay.
I'll let you carry on with the training. But for those that are looking for it, if you find that the price doesn't say $90, it doesn't say $7, then click on another one of the buy links. Okay. So I'll let you carry on.
All right. So I'll continue on, and then I'm going to click back over to Kelly, so Kelly can start really getting down and dirty with backlinking. So if we go through this blog, and again, this blog has made me a lot of money, and we do have links here, but really it's the funny thing is it doesn't have to be that good of a site, or that you don't have to have that incredible of a strategy for your on-page stuff, or even for backlinks. I haven't fired backlinks to this site. Still ranked number 2. It's goes back and forth between being ranked number 1 and number 2. Has for years, and it's just so simple. And I haven't fired a single backlink to this site in whenever the date of this post was. It's probably around the last backlink I sent. So since 2010, over 2 years. And it does have these nice YouTube embeds. It does have nice media articles to it, and it has a number of article backlinks. I didn't do much with profile links with this site, so it was mostly article backlinks. And that's really it. And my point in saying that is, we hear a lot nowadays about authority sites. I even, somebody who I really like and respect, I heard him once say on a webinar that single keyword blogs are dead. And I was like, well, really? I got 25 single keyword blogs ranked this week. I was kind of surprised. I wanted to go and delete them off of my SEO hosting because they don't work anymore. And I'm being a little bit facetious when I say that. They absolutely work. You just had Greg Morrison on this video, or on this webinar presentation, talking to you about his websites, and I clicked over. This was Greg, just as a quick reminder, the gentleman who hopped on a few minutes ago, and these are real PayPal statements. He's really made a lot of money, and it's not because we're going and we're taking down the Mike Tyson keywords all the time. I mean, sometimes we are. Some of our customers do get in there and get after these really top keywords. I mean, heck, Kelly just showed you that he's ranked, whatever it was, number 5 or number 9 for Get Rich. which is great. But most of our money is made by having these very low barrier to entry, single keyword blogs where you can literally be ranked very, very quickly. Within 24 hours, you can be on the road, getting links to your site. And in terms of the setup, like we said, we use Platinum SEO. I mean, Kelly, if you want to, you can get into the guts of these sites. But the real key to the things is that it's not that complicated. It's not that difficult. We do get into a lot about market research that I think will really help you out. And Kelly's going to get into backlinks for a second. But really consider the power of these single keyword blogs and also the power of video. More and more our customers are getting the power of video. This is one of my customers, a guy named Sal. This is his YouTube account that he told me about. He's got 680,000 views on his YouTube account. He's letting me know he's making $20,000 a month off of that. So YouTube videos, even easier. All you have to do with YouTube videos, make sure that you've got your keyword in your title and in your keyword tags. A nifty trick that you can do, I don't even bother to do this with mine, but a nifty trick you can do is you can transcribe the video and put that transcribed video into the description of the site, and then just fire links to it. You fire links to it, and Google loves that. Google owns YouTube. They love ranking their YouTube videos, and we have lots and lots and lots of testimonials from people who are just killing it with YouTube videos. So, Kelly, is it a good time for me to pass you over? You can say anything more that you want to say about on-page stuff, and then maybe get into backlinks. So I'm going to make Kelly the presenter. Kelly, are you still there? I wonder if Kelly's still
I'll just let you guys know, but that you may have trouble claiming your bonuses, guys, because none of the sales are actually going through my affiliate link for some reason. So you may have to contact support@affiliatearmor.com with your receipt to get those bonuses. We'll still honour them, even if it's not tracking. Because you guys have been on this webinar
right now. All right, so I'm going to pass things over to Kelly. Kelly, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm going to make you the presenter, and I'm going to edit that page so the links go through. All right, so I'll be dark for a few minutes. You can do backlinks and stuff like that.
Okay. Okay, so I'm back, and so it sounds like people want to get into backlinking, so let's do that. So let's see. Okay, so there's a number of different backlinking strategies I use, and I just go as far as I need to. I don't go overboard. I just want to get ranked, and then once I'm ranked, I kind of just either set it and forget it, or just kind of monitor it, and if I start to drop a little, then I just fire a little more juice back into it. But the great thing is about these types of sites that we do, that everybody's having so much success with, and that we have so much success with, is, it's low-hanging fruit with low competition. So one of the things I do is I use Market Samurai as my keyword tool that I use, and I also use secockpit.com. And SE Cockpit is cool. I can pull that up if you want. And what I like about SE Cockpit is, let me pull it up here and see if let me turn off the video when it starts. So this is a cool keyword tool that I use that when you go in and do your keyword research, it immediately tells you in a long list of like hundreds of keywords if an exact match domain is available, which is just awesome because I used to just go check GoDaddy back and forth, so I really like that. And then Market Samurai, I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with. I'm not going to pull it up because it tends to like crash stuff when too much stuff's going on. But in Market Samurai, what I do is I don't use that as much for keyword research as I do as for snooping on the SEO competition. So when you go into Market Samurai and you look in the competition module on the left, what you would do, and hopefully you're writing this down or you'll watch this replay later, but what you do is you check the top 10 for the keyword that you're interested in, and Market Samurai shows you some awesome stuff to tell you if the top 10 is beatable and if they're doing things right. And let me see, maybe I can pull it up. Should I try to pull it up? Hopefully it won't crash anything. If people really want to see the inside of Market Samurai and see what I'm talking about, I can pull it up and show you exactly what I look at.
You can. Bear in mind, they're a
major
major competitor of ours, and we don't usually show Market Samurai, but feel free to do that if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do
with
you
that.
have keyword software?
Oh yeah, I
SEO
usually
Spyglass, or-
give people my Traffic Travis software, which they can get for free
Oh,
from
Traffic Travis, right.
traffictravis.com.
So what I do is
But if Market Samurai does something that Traffic Travis doesn't do, which they can get free at traffictravis.com, then by all means.
well, I know a lot of people inside Bring the Fresh rave about Traffic Travis, so I've never actually used it, but I'm assuming it probably does a lot of the same things as these other keyword softwares. But the main thing I'm concerned with is when I look up the top 10 for any keyword that I'm trying to rank for, I want to know how many sites are not just competing like for the same keyword. I want to know how many are really going for it. So I'll go like all in title and then like kidney diet. Oops, let me put that in quotes. So what a lot of keyword softwares will show you is without you having to go to Google and type it in, they'll show you like the top 10 and how many sites are actually competing for the actual keyword in the title. So there's 16,000 sites that have the keyword in the title. But if you were to go and look without that, it would be, so there's 302,000 that have the actual key phrase on their site. But I'm only concerned with like how many are in the title. So that's one of the major factors that I look for when I'm determining if I'm going to jump into a market or not. And once I find that there's not that many, and if I can get the exact match domain, then it's going to be so easy to rank. I mean, anything under like 30,000 all in title is just a breeze. It's like you almost can get it without backlinking, which is kind of funny. A lot of people get concerned with backlinking, and I understand that for really competitive stuff, but when you're doing it like the Bring the Fresh way, you don't even need a whole lot of backlinks. Like I said, for my kidney diet site, I haven't done a backlink in over 2 years, and it's still there. And I know, Mark, you have like that World of Warcraft website that you haven't done backlinks to in like over a year, and it's still like number 6 or something like that. So, you know, if you're going for like low-hanging fruit stuff that has not a lot of competition and a high amount of searches, which is what we really look for, you don't need a whole lot of backlinks. But the backlinks that we do get, I use a plugin in WordPress called OnlyWire, and that's how I get my social bookmarking done, because every time I make a post, there's like 47 social networks that will bookmark that post for me automatically inside of OnlyWire. So then I get my social bookmarking backlinks. And then I use a keyword software called Unique Article Wizard. And this is a tool that we use. You can also do it manually by submitting your article. You can create an article and then submit it to article directories. And in your article, you have a link back to your site. But you know, Unique Article Wizard just makes it easy and does it for you. If you just spin some articles in their software, and it goes out to, you know, hundreds or even thousands of directories and gets you some article backlinks. And to be honest with you, many times I'll just use Unique Article Wizard and an exact match domain with good content and the SEO Platinum plugin, and I'm in the top 10 immediately, like within weeks. So I don't want you to think that it's so difficult. You can even, I mean, some people still to this day just get profile links, and if I'm not sure if everybody knows what a profile link is, but I'm not a big fan of them anymore. But some people just get an exact match domain or a keyword in the domain and just go and get profile links from sites like mp3.com. You can go set up an account here, and in your account, when you set up your account, it'll say, you know, what's your URL, and they'll give you your own page. Like maybe my profile would be something like mp3.com/KellyFelix, and then if we went to that page, it would say, hey, I'm Kelly Felix, I like this kind of music, whatever, and then it shows my URL, like whatever, kidneydiet.net, and then I take this page and then I go to something like pingomatic.com or pingfarm.com if I'm doing a lot of links at once. See that? Like I can go here and I can put the name of the blog, MP3, or the name of the site, and then I would put my link here, and then I send a ping, and then basically I'm just telling Google, hey, this backlink exists, why don't you go ahead and index it, right? So it's really simple. And then if you want to ping bulk domains or bulk backlinks, like if you have a list of like 20 backlinks and you want to do them all at once, you could just paste it in here at pingfarm.com, Or if you have even more backlinks, what I use is linklicious.me, and I can put, you see I have like 52,000 links in here. So, you know, you can add links, you can add thousands of links and drip feed them over time. You tell it, hey, I want you to ping 10 links a day. The velocity of my backlinking looks natural, or that sort of thing. And then another thing that I do, I use another cool piece of software, kind of like Unique Article Wizard sometimes. It's called submityourarticle.com, and that's just basically like another article submitter that works kind of like a press release system. And speaking of press releases, I also do press release backlinking. So I would go to something like, a simple one would be like pressreleasemonkey.com, and I think it's like 50 or $100 to submit a press release. And you know, last time I did that, I got a couple thousand backlinks. So that was cool. And then let's see, you know, obviously you also want to have social signals and social backlinks. So another good thing to do is like link bait. So if you're not familiar with link bait, basically link bait is you write like a compelling article that's maybe a bit controversial, maybe a top 10 list or something like that, and you post it up on your Facebook and get people to share it, and then it has a link back to your site. So then you're sending signals to Google that, hey, a lot of people are sharing this on Twitter and Facebook, and it links back to your site. So now, you know, your site is socially viable as well. It's just, these are a lot of ways to like sort of, what's the word? Kind of like make your backlink portfolio not have all your eggs in one basket, but diversify your backlinking portfolio. And another thing I do is I go to sites like sponsoredreviews.com. And one smart thing that Mark Ling does is, Mark, I've noticed you and Simon do guest blogging on, and I'll show people what I mean about that in a minute, but you guys get really nice backlinks to your site from nice sites that let you guys do a guest blog with a link to your site.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I really like that you do that, and I was going to show people an example of that in a minute. But another thing you can do if you don't want to write as a guest blogger, you can pay someone to do it for you. So you can go into a site like sponsoredreviews.com where there's like 60,000 bloggers. You can pay them $15 to do a review of your site. And even on their site, it'll say, they can have a disclosure, say, hey, this is a sponsored review or whatever, so that it's you know, within Google's terms of service or whatever, if you really care about that or not. It's up to you. But I can go here and get like 10 backlinks a month from like anywhere from a PR2 to a PR7 site, and I can have someone write up a review, or I can write it myself and send it to them, and they'll put it on their site for me, and I pay them like 10 or 15 bucks, and then boom, I have a backlink from a nice site that I chose that's in my niche. So if I have a financial site, I want to be on financial related sites, right? And I want to vary up my anchor text. So you can have up to 3 links on these articles, and I might use my main keyword, then I'll use like a secondary keyword, and then I'll have one like that's either like click here, or maybe it's like the name of my site, like kidneydiet.net is the URL, so it looks natural, right? So I want to show you one thing though that I just mentioned, the guest blogging, because I just think Mark is so smart for this. This is what I did recently. I looked up a Philorama inside. This is one of my favorite sites to do research on where people are getting their backlinks. It costs money though, so you know, you can only, there's a limited amount of research you can do on here unless you join it. But what I did here is I checked out Mark's backlinks to a Philorama, and I saw a lot of good things here. Okay, so you can see Mark's site has a huge page authority. It has a big domain authority. This is almost like the equivalent of Google PR7. SEO Moz is a really well-respected search-related company, and they have their own algorithm that determines page authority, and it's like usually like 0.25% different from Google, something like that. So it's pretty close. So I like using it. There's others out there like Majestic and stuff like that, but I prefer this one. So you can see Mark has a really sick link from a really high site, and it's Cake PHP. And what I love about your link that you did on here is you promoted a good cause. You actually use Cake PHP, and they had a disaster relief fund, and you contributed to it, and it was local to you in New Zealand, which I thought was cool. There was an earthquake there, right? I think there was an earthquake in New Zealand or something like that.
Yeah, we had quite a big earthquake here where I live in Christchurch.
Yeah, so it was cool because you were helping them, and in exchange they said, hey, here's our sponsors that helped us out with this disaster, and they gave you an amazing backlink back to your site. And I just thought that was really cool. It was like a win. That's what, definitely a win-win situation. And then if we go down here, you can see Mark and Simon posts on clickbank.com's blog quite often, and ClickBank is giving you some amazing links back. Like, I just think you guys are so smart for doing this. You guys give quality info that even ClickBank wants to use to teach people. It makes them look good, and it makes you look good. And in the meantime, they're giving you like backlinks with these nice keywords. And I'm trying to remember the one that I looked up that you ranked. Oh, affiliate marketing course. I think you used as one of your use that for one of your backlinks, anchor text inside one of these posts.
Probably somewhere.
And you're like and you're number 2 for affiliate marketing course. I just thought that was sick, So definitely I recommend, guest blogging. And if not, if you don't have, the clout or whatever, you can build that up over time and become a guest blogger. Or you can just, a lot of people want quality original content on their site. And I know Mike does this. He writes for relationship advice sites and says, hey, I'll write free content for you as long as you'll give me a backlink. And I just think that's a smart way to do it. But if you can't do that, if you don't have the clout or whatever, or if you're not an authority in your niche, then you can just pay someone else to do it on sites like this, sponsoredreviews.com, reviewme.com, or payperpost.com. And there's a lot of different sites like that where you can get these links. One other thing you can do, which sometimes could be like considered like gray hat or black hat or whatever you want to call it, but if you use, like I could go into Open Site Explorer and find a site that's ranking for, I don't know, whatever. Let's just say there were some links on here and we clicked on, we went and saw there was a home page that had maybe like 10 sponsored links on it. So they were obviously selling paid links. You could do a couple of those as well. I used to rank like crazy buying just paid links on other people's home pages in the same niche. I'd say, for a PR4 site, you could use a link broker or whatever you want to do to find these sites, or you can find it yourself by anytime I find a site ranked really high for something like make money online or some big phrase, I'll throw them in here into Open Site Explorer and find out where they're getting their backlinks, and then I'll go get the same ones for various sites. And it works really well, because if it's working for them, why wouldn't it work for me, right? Because Google by their actions is saying, hey, we like that link. Even if it's a paid link or whatever, and whatever you think about that, if it's working, it's working. So by their actions, if they're saying that by ranking that site high, they're saying, we like this link. So you can do the exact same thing. Let's see. Are there any other questions coming in a lot, or should I keep going?
There's piles of questions, but most people are keen for you to keep going, because there's a lot of people are most interested in the backlinking type stuff.
Okay, so another thing is, like Mike already showed, I really recommend YouTube and video aggregators. So you can go to something like Animoto, Animoto.com, make a little 30-second video just using images or something, and you can submit that to video sites like MetaCafe or YouTube, or you could even use a software like Traffic Geyser to get it submitted to like 30-something sites, or you could use TubeMogul, and you can have your little video on 30 high PR video sites and get backlinks back to your site like that. In the description under the video, you just put your URL. Another thing you can do, this is pretty sneaky and works really well. One thing that we've done with some of our sites is we'll convert our site into what's called a PAD file, a PAD PAD file. And what that does is you can like take a little video or an image or whatever, and or any kind of file really, and convert it into an exe file. And once you do that through basically using the system that converts it, it's called a PAD file, PAD. it converts your image or your site or whatever into an exe file, and in the description it has a link back to you via your URL. And then what you do, once you have an exe little program, that's considered a software program once you have an exe of anything. So you can take that file and submit it to software directories, like 800, 900 software directories over time. And now you're getting a lot of backlinks from really high quality software directories. So that's another kind of sneaky way to get backlinks that others aren't getting. And that's the sort of thing I recommend doing, because, you know, that might not last. So, you know, anytime you're doing these things that you think, well, that's kind of shady or iffy, or that might not last, that's the type of stuff I recommend for what we call launch jacking. And launch jacking is just taking advantage of launches that are about to happen. Like, say, here's an old example of a product that came out. And, you know, when launches come out, there was a launch came out a while back, a year ago, 2 years ago, something called Software System by Trey Smith, Frank Kern's cousin. And it was a how to make money with apps, okay? So when there's these big launches that come out and you know they're coming out, you can get a URL like the name of the product, bonus or review or whatever, because you know when that product comes out, people are going to type in Software System bonus, right? So this was one of my sites right here, softwaresystembonus.com. And, you know, you only need to be in the top for like a 2-week period at the most, and then it doesn't matter what happens with the site after that because the launch is over. So that guy we showed you earlier, Rick Rivera, that's all he's done, and he's actually up to over $400,000 now in the past 2 years doing nothing but launch jacking. Actually, I just got, it's pretty cool, I just got this on Facebook today. A woman wrote to me on Facebook today, and she basically, I blurred out some of the details because for her personal like stuff, but she joined us a couple months ago. She started doing launch jacking, and she made $6,500 last week, which is just awesome, because she says like no keyword research required because I used product launches, no meticulous site optimization. Basically, you just need to be ranked for a couple of week period when a product launches. So that's before Google's signals even catch on to you doing something that they may not like if you're going to do that. If you're ranked for that little time frame where you can make money, then who cares? I mean, if that's what you're about and you want to make money, then you can just do that. And if they want, but you can see like my Software System bonus site 2 years later is still number 5 or 6 or whatever. So again, by their actions, they're saying I didn't do anything wrong by doing like profile links or software directory links or whatever. You know, if you want to get into, oh, is paid linking bad? Well, what about the Yahoo directory? The Yahoo directory, you pay $300 to be in there. That's a paid link, and Google values that very highly. So, you know, it's up to you how you want to do it.
Yeah, Kelly, let me chime in a little bit more about launch jacking. This kind of goes back to the heart of what we were saying about, you know, having things be a really low barrier to entry, you know, when it comes to getting your site ranked and being kind of successful with it. So you know, the idea with usual sites is if you have a keyword term like you know, like stock trading, then of course you know you can make some money with that, but it might be very competitive. Or if you have something like that's really easy to rank for, like duct tape art or something like that, sure, it's easy to rank for, but it's not very lucrative. Well, if you look at what Kelly just typed up, affiliate.com bonus, the site that comes up number 1, affiliate.combonus.net, is a site that Kelly and I put up. This site made well over $10,000 in profit, and was very easy to rank. It still ranks very highly. It's actually obviously an authority site at this point, which is kind of crazy because, again, it's just so easy to rank for that you know that you know you can rank very easily. It doesn't take a bunch of backlinks. Doesn't take a really sneaky strategy or anything like that to really get it ranked very highly. And you know, we get into like the best ways to convert with these sites and so forth. But there you go. Like you have something that's very, very easy to rank for, and yet it's very lucrative. Like during the various affiliate.com launches, I guess there's been 3 of them at this point, 2 or 3 of them. I don't know how many. I just keep getting checks from these guys. Then when that launch goes off, it's like boom, we're in there with the keyword. In this case, we were going for affiliate.com bonus, because during these launches, a lot of people are looking around like, who's got the best bonus, or can I get an iPad from somebody, or can I get like a really nice info product or something, some kind of bonus. They want something a little bit extra, or reviews about the product. Well, is it good? Is it bad? Is this guy reputable? Does he suck? What's going on with this stuff? So, and actually, I think it probably even ranks pretty highly for affiliate.com. I don't know. Do you want to see if it?
Let's see.
I don't know if it ranks for affiliate.com reviews. That's actually a bunch of these are from Bring the Freshers. And by the way, another great thing to do is again, Kelly was talking about where is it? Reviews. Yeah, it's on there. All right, yeah, like number 7 or number 8. So you can also get videos ranked, and you see a lot of this, like a lot of what you see up here are videos that you can get ranked for these launches. And I mean, this may not seem like the coolest high-tech SEO that you've ever seen, but I got to tell you, our customers are making money. I don't know if there's somebody out there. Obviously with Mark, you have a really unusual situation where Mark has a lot of customers that are making a lot of money, and that's obviously the reason why Kelly and I endorse Mark's offer. We think it's really great. We think that the reason why people are having so much success with our offers is that it may not be the coolest thing that impresses everybody on Warrior Forum, but what impresses us is people being successful, our customers sending us thank yous like Kelly just got from that young woman, or the emails that we get in from people with their success stories. They're happy, they're proud to tell us what they're doing. We think it's cool. Yeah, Mark.
Yeah, people are asking, quite a lot of people have asked this question, so I thought I'll chime it in. People are wondering, okay, it's great you're showing us all these rankings like the mystery site and stuff, but how are those sites being monetized? Would you mind just going back into maybe one or two of those sites and just showing people where the money's coming from?
That. Sure, absolutely.
Thanks.
Kelly, do you want to pass things back over to me, and I'll
Sure.
I'll do that. Okay, so I'll show my screen. But by the way, the folks who added me on Facebook, I went ahead and already approved you. I had a bunch of people come in, 1 or 2 people even posted on my wall. So thanks for that. I wasn't ignoring anybody. All right, so let's get into.
Well, one thing real quick I wanted to say, because it sounds like some people are asking things. Some of the things we've already shown a few times, but we'll show it more. Like the kidney diet example, some people might have missed, was monetized via ClickBank affiliate link, and then some of the other things I mentioned, like the i5 versus i7. Now that's promoting a computer on Amazon. So that's another route. And then one other thing I forgot to mention is anytime you find a keyword and you're not sure if there's a product related to it, you can go to a site like offervault.com, and that lists every CPA product, cost per action product across all networks, and it'll tell you if there's anything. Like I had a site about Barack Obama's approval rating of all things, and people were voting on my site whether they approved of him or not, and after they voted, I said, okay, great, here's an offer where you can fill out a grant, get a grant via the Obama's grant program, or something to that effect, because I found this Obama-related grant program on OfferVault that paid like $8 a lead. So if they just entered their email in there on the thank you page for my survey and inquired about the grant, then I made $8. Or I could put like a gift card offer on there where if they enter their email, I make like $2 or whatever, So that's some of the other ways to monetize via CPA offers through OfferVault.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll go into a couple of the things here. So here we're on kidneydiet.net. This is a great example. $500 a month, month in, month out. And what Kelly did, and the funny thing was, the first time Kelly put this site up, it actually made no money. The offer that he put up on there for was a ClickBank kidney diet offer, and it just didn't go over well. And Kelly actually, what he did was he looked through ClickBank. One of the things I think that Mark really likes to do that I think is fun is looking through ClickBank at various offers. What's got high gravity, what's got medium gravity, whatever. Well, Kelly actually looked for what had no gravity, what had no sales at all, and he ended up putting that up just as a very simple, link, in the inside of this post. And Now it makes around $500 a month in profit, month in and month out. Now,
and the reason for doing that, I looked sometimes at so if I looked up kidney diet at the time inside of ClickBank, there was only one or two offers and they both had zero gravity. So I could think, oh man, maybe I shouldn't promote this, or I could think, wait, there's nobody else promoting this, maybe I should be the one that promotes it. So that's just another way of thinking.
Yeah, I like that. All right, so anyway, I went back to affiliate.com. I'll show you how a launch jacking page works, and I think this is a good example. So I've got a video here that you can click on, and you can kind of watch it. And I'm not going to play it right now; that'd be a little bit silly. This is what I call a matchmaker page, and it's got our affiliate link embedded in it, and I just show some proof elements and some testimonials from our customers, and then we just have basically a bonus here. I lay out our bonus for people, and what I also did was I made a screen capture of some of the testimonials from affiliate.com, and then people went for it. I mean, it's just the bottom line. People liked it a lot. So that gives you a template that you can go through. Obviously we can't cover everything in the universe on this particular webinar, but what I'm trying to do with a matchmaker page is I'm trying to connect the dots between somebody who's searching for information, in this case about affiliate.com, and like if they're coming out here and they're looking for affiliate.com, they're thinking, well, I might want to join this. What are the bonuses? What are the reasons why I might want to buy this offer? And they're still not necessarily sold on it yet. If they're sold on it, they already would have bought it. So I try to act like as a matchmaker and try to help people see the high points of affiliate.com, and you can take a look in there and see the copy. I've used that copy basically again and again, offer after offer for who knows how many different kinds of launches, definitely millions of dollars worth of affiliate promotions. And so that's a really nice
and an important thing about what Mike means about a matchmaker page is, Mike, if you give him the analogy of the guy getting married,
Oh, sure, yes. So if you imagine if I was introducing my friend, to a girl that I met, I wouldn't say, hey, have I got the girl for you? Go to the jewelry store, pick out a diamond ring, get down on one knee, and I'll walk her in so you can propose to her. That would be obviously ridiculous. Instead, I might say something like, hey, I was hanging out with my. She was kind of intrigued, and I told her a little bit about you, and she kind of got excited, and she's a real cute girl, a little quirky. She kind of laughs at every joke, and she's a little bit of a computer nerd, but she's got a really great smile, really cute girl, and I think you should meet her. I think you guys should get together. She wrote down her Facebook page or her phone number on this piece of paper for you, and I think you should give her a call. I think that's a much better introduction than saying get down on one knee and get ready to propose.
And so basically, how you can compare that to the matchmaker site is, so many people will create these sites promoting products, and it's like, hey, affiliate.com is great. Check out this big flashing banner. It says buy now, buy now. Well, why aren't you buying? Why aren't people buying this? Please buy. Like, this is the greatest thing ever, I swear. That's obviously not the way to promote a product. The best way to promote it is to investigate it, because people respect what you inspect. So if you inspect affiliate.com or whatever product it is, and you show that you care and that you've put thought into it and you've thoroughly reviewed it, then people are going to take notice and know if you're being legit or not. And they're more likely to take your recommendation over all the others that are saying, hey, buy now, blah blah blah, like a used car salesman.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree with that, Kelly. That's a really great way of putting it. Yeah, the internet marketing is much more, gives us the opportunity to investigate things, and we all kind of become investigators. And you can check us out. Actually, it's kind of funny. My woman the other day, or actually last night, she was looking up "Bring the Fresh" on the Google keyword tool, and she's like, "Wow, you guys get 2,400 searches a month. That means 2,400 people are just taking the time, time out of their day to investigate us and say, hey, what's going on with Bring the Fresh?" Which I think is kind of cool. So anyways, I clicked over to the mysterymethod.net. This is a totally different way of monetizing things, and I think it's a really great strategy. So what you see here is a little email address, and a first name and email address. You can watch the video here if you want to. This video has helped opt in around 140,000 people at about a 50% opt-in rate, and basically I'm promising a PDF guide with some videos in it, and I think that's a really great thing to offer people. And then they join our list, and once they join our list, what we do is we like to share people. It might be kind of hokey, but I pretty much base my communications around testimonials. Maybe that's a little weird, but for me, I don't really care if it's weird or not. Like, basically all I really care about it, if my customers are having success, that's great. Kelly and I have a strategy. We like to think of that our goal in business is 200% profit and 200% testimonials from our customers. You might say, well, that's more than 100%, but we kind of think it's abundant. We think that when we get a bunch of testimonials, we make a bunch more profit, and when we make profit the way we're doing it, we get a bunch more testimonials. If you join us and you crush it with Bring the Fresh, we want to see your screen capture. We want to see your testimonial. That's it's part of the reason why we kind of go the extra distance.
So, Mike, on the Mystery Method site, so what kind of stuff do you talk about when they opt in, and how do you get them to buy?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I was going to get into. So, so what I'll do is I'll open up a little. So what I do is I give away a report. Let's see if I can find it. Here we go. RevengeReport.pdf. So I give away this this PDF report, and it just goes through. And I was just talking about testimonials a second ago. You can say, well, what does testimonials matter? Well, it's a $2 million business, and it's powered by testimonials. It's just the bottom line. You see it at the very beginning of this book. Is, I don't know, around 50 or 60 or 70 testimonials I got in from various guys, and then I get into a nice ebook. If you really want to see what this ebook is, you can go ahead and go over to the site and opt in. I really don't care, but it's a fine example. It's relationship advice, so obviously it's probably not up your alley to pick up stuff. But anyways, this is just a nifty ebook, and it walks through the success that people are having learning the methods that we're teaching, and at the very end of the book, they can buy a $500 info product, and we sold hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these $500 info products. And when I've made affiliate offers, it's been extremely successful. It's a 90,000 person list. It's extremely responsive, and and that's how we do it. Actually, in this book, I'm kind of talking about a Playboy pension party that Kelly and I threw a couple of years ago, and we on the side I had this training event with this guy here, Mystery, and it's pretty cool, pretty fun. But anyways, regardless, what I do is I get people in, have them join my opt-in list. Again, if you want to take a look at what the marketing looks like for that, then by all means go over there. If you're doing live selling, you can kind of sneak in on that list and take a look and see what's going on. But anyways, what I do is I send people emails, and those emails are about testimonials. And again, you might say, well, why is this guy going on and on about testimonials? But this is what's making me money. This is why I'm successful. And so I help people be successful, and then then I write emails to them about this guy finally figured out how to get kissed, or this guy finally met a girl or got a girl's phone number, and this is how he did it, and he's kind of talking about it, and it's a lot of fun for people. So I get people on an email list, I talk to them like they're real people, and it's a lot of fun. Hey guys, what I want to do at this point is pull up Mark's special page here that he put together with a really nice bonus. So I'm going to pull that up right now. It's philorama.com/bringfresh, and I'll slam that into a Word document and make it nice and big for you so you can see it pretty well.
Yeah, basically what we're touching here is the tip of the iceberg of what's included inside Bring the Fresh. And obviously we can't cover the sun, moon, and stars in over 50 hours of video in a 2-hour webinar. So hopefully we've covered a lot of your questions here. And if you like what you see, it's just $7 barrier to entry to come in and check it out for 7 days. And if you like what you see, like we think you will, then maybe you'll stay on as a lifetime member for just an additional $37. So it's $44 total, and that's about it.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. So it's http://www.philorama.com/bringfresh, and that will take you to Mark's great page here, Philorama, Bring the Fresh exclusive bonuses. Mark's got 3 nice bonuses that he's laid out here for you, including a nice long case study that we have. When you click on his link, that's when you click on his link right down here, you can go to Bring the Fresh. It's going to take you to bringthefresh.com/Affilorama, and all the buttons now are correct. They'll take
I see why it's not tracking. That says Affiliorama instead of Affilorama. That's what it is.
No, it tracks now though.
Okay.
Yeah, you just look at the bottom of the page and you'll see his nice affiliate link down here. So that's very good. And when you click on the link here, it's $7 7-day trial. You can check it out. If you like it, great.
Just for people that have asked, it's not a monthly membership. It's $7 plus $37. And for people that have gone to the main page without going through my affiliate link, they'll notice that it actually is normally $97. So this is a special offer for you guys on the webinar, where you can get in for $7. If you don't like it, you can cancel, and that's all you will ever build. Or if you do like it, great, and you'll be billed a further $37, and then that's it. So it's $44 in total.
Thousands and thousands of people have bought this for $97 and just loved it. We have an incredible number of testimonials when we're on Warrior Forum. People just go absolutely crazy for us. We don't get, I don't think I've ever seen a negative review on Warrior Forum about us. Don't hold me to that. Maybe there's 1 or 2, but there's hundreds of people singing our praises. I think you'll love it if you get inside. I think it's kind of absurdly a no-brainer for you guys to check things out. But we wanted to make it easy. We understand that Mark's got terrific training, terrific customers, and so we think that we think it'll change your life. We really do. So I guess I guess that's basically about it. So here it is, kind of one last time. Affilorama.com/bringfresh. You can check out all of Mark's terrific bonuses here. That Mark and I sat down for over an hour and did a great interview. We've got a super bonus here on I Am Niche Domination, and then he also is going to give you Media Traffic Elite. All those 3 bonuses if you'll just join up. And we hope to see you guys on the inside. Kelly or Mark, did you guys have anything else that you wanted to say to wrap things up?
Go ahead, Mark, if you had anything you wanted to talk about. I feel I'm actually losing my voice a little bit. I haven't talked this much in a while.
Sure.
I feel like I covered a lot of strategies that a lot of people can just take and run with immediately, especially if you watch this replay later on in case you missed anything. But definitely, hopefully you took notes, and if not, if Mark sends out the replay, you can take some good notes and then follow along with some of our sites that I showed you, and you can see more about how we monetize them, reverse engineer them, see where we get all of our backlinks and that sort of thing. But other than that, Mark, did you have anything?
Yeah. Well, do you guys have just a few minutes for some more audience questions, or are you out of time?
Yeah, no, go for it.
Okay, for those asking about a replay, I'll mail that tomorrow. For those guys wondering about that. Let's have a look. If you guys have got questions, just punch them in, because it's a bit hard for me to go back through all the previous questions now that they're sort of scrolling off the screen. So Des says the ranking question. I literally cannot find it because I've had over 1,000 questions get punched in. No, this is not the same course as Affiliate Blueprint to Miguel. This is a different product. My product is Affiliate Blueprint. This is Mike Long and Kelly Felix's product. They've got a slightly different way of doing things, and it's a complementary product. But it's kind of like if you are, for instance, learning to get good at golf. You may not just buy one book on how to play golf. You might buy 2 or 3. It's an alternative view on alternative methods on how to make money through affiliate marketing and other methods of marketing, and it's really, really good. I've reviewed the product myself. It's super high value. You won't see anything like it for this price range, or even at higher price ranges. Mike's asking, how do we find launching products to promote before they launch? I guess that's as simple as going to JV Notify Pro and looking at the list of launches that are coming up.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, you would go to JV Notify Pro, or you could go to There's a site called launchboards.com. That's another one. But you want to keep in mind that you don't always have to just promote internet marketing products.
Yeah. Most of our customers who are launch jacking are in markets. I mean, there's relationship advice. Mark can testify. Mark, didn't you just maul it on one relationship advice launch where you did like some $20,000 in just a few days in commissions?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, that happens all the time
launches.
in that niche.
Yeah, there's huge launches in that niche. There's huge launches in for diet and health niche. If you want to stay in info products, Forex. There's just market after market, and then you get into physical products. All kinds of things coming out. 3D TV sets, the new iPad, new video games.
One of the things I like. Yeah, one of the things I like to do, like Mike was going to say, forward thinking is
exactly.
I'll go in Google and type in in Google News. And I'll type in Samsung announces, and then it'll give me a whole list of news reports over the past few days where Samsung announced a new model number of a TV or another product, and then I jump all over that before anyone else even knows that it's going to happen. I got a bunch of exact match domains for 3D TVs that were coming out 6 months before they came out, so I was just ready to go, and that's how you would launch jack a TV.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's a great way of doing things. And the thing to think about, such a great way to get started. And we have a lot more training on it, but that's the quick overview.
Okay, and I'm sorry if I don't get to your question. I'm just going to take a few more questions, but literally, with so many hundred people on the call and questions scrolling off my screen all the time, I can't get to everybody. But I'll do my best to get through several of these. So people are asking me, is it okay to use hyphenated domains, or does it have to be the exact match? And does it matter if it's .com, .org, .net, .info, etc.?
Yeah, actually, what I try to do is I try to use exact match domain without hyphens as much as possible, because in the comparison tests I've done, it's been harder for me to do it with hyphens, and .info is also more difficult. .tv was a nightmare for me. But every now and again you do see someone in the top 10 with dashes or a .info. I just think, why make it harder on yourself? Why not just go for something that's already there and easy and ready to go?
Here's a tip, though. You can use stop words. So so you could do affilioramax.net will still work just fine. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, a lot of people just do the exact match domain, like Mike's saying, and then just add an X at the end, and that works really well as well.
Okay, so outside of ClickBank and making money by creating your own products, you do teach other methods, though. According to Alex is asking if you do, but I've already seen you in this webinar mention CPA offers, buying and selling websites, offering SEO services. So you teach a lot of different monetization methods.
Stuff with your own product, AdSense. I mean, we cover the gamut. The main thing is just getting started. We really just try to get people to get started, and if they're already started, just start scaling up and thinking bigger.
Someone just asked me a question: where do I find SEO training with Traffic Travis? Traffic Travis is actually software that helps you with your SEO. It's not supposed to be a training program in SEO. Although I've got a comprehensive SEO training inside my Filler Blueprint product, and if you do buy the premium edition the pro edition of Traffic Travis, then there is in the bonuses there is SEO training in there. But you guys have got your own method in teaching SEO, which is step by step. I've had a few people asking, how long does this offer last for my webinar attendees? Obviously, Bring the Fresh is going to still be there in the future, but it's $97 and without the bonuses. But I'm guessing that this offer is just during launch week, or what for this?
Yeah, so we're just going to keep this this low price. It's going to be just about a week, and then it's going to go back up to $97, and then that's that. So when you go to Mark's page and you click on the link and it says $97, then it's over. So just try to get in there beforehand. It's just such a staggering offer. I find it a little hard to believe that if you're serious about making money online that you won't plunk down $7 to find out. I mean, you know, if you trust Mark, if you trust us, I don't know. I mean, maybe that's mean. I don't mean to be mean. I want you to join, you know, but I also want, you know, you to come in with the benefit of the doubt and really coming in to just freaking make money. I mean, we know what it's like. We've been through the highs and lows. We've been scammed and mistreated and stuff like that. We know what it's like, but we've made it so darn easy with this offer to get in there, see what's going on, see our exact step-by-step blueprint with absolutely nothing left out, and it's just there for you. And you know, and we want you to join. We want you to come in. We want you to have success, and you know, we want you to have fun with us. I mean, you know, at the end of this event, the party's moving on, and it's going to move on right inside of Bring the Fresh. You'll love it.
I've been asked what would make somebody want to stay beyond the 7 days to pay the extra $37. Like, do you offer support? Is there a reason to be there longer than just downloading everything?
Yeah, actually, I'd like to cover that. What we do is we have a forum inside of our members area where there's, I think I checked today, there were 74,000 posts, around 10,000 people in there, and in our success section is where so many people just show you their sites day in and day out and what's working. And we also update our videos pretty frequently inside Bring the Fresh.
Yeah, I mean, in case you haven't noticed, SEO changes time to time. Google has been known to change their algorithm every few years, or actually every few days, right? So we kind of try to, you know, help you stay on top of that stuff, cutting edge. Our forum is worth many times more than the membership. This, you'll get inside. It's $1,000 product. I mean, we're not charging you $1,000 for it, but you get inside of it, you'll see it's $1,000 product. I'm not, you know, I mean, again, it's $7. It's ClickBank. I mean, for goodness sakes, if it's you get in and you think that we scammed you, then you know, refund your $7 back. You know, we have the lowest refund rate on all of ClickBank. So, you know. And
another thing we do that someone he mentioned support. What we do that I've never seen anyone do. We give every single customer our Skype. I give every single customer my cell phone number. I've never seen anybody do that. And I just talk to customers all day long, and that's what I do. So, and you know, a lot of people outsource their email answering service as well, and we don't do that at all. We actually answer our own emails, which nobody that I know of does. I mean, Mike and I just answer hundreds of emails all the time. So that's another thing you're not going to get most other places that we do on the back end.
Awesome, yeah, that's incredible.
It's pretty good stuff. Yeah, we think so too. I mean, we have fun with it though, and this is why we have such a close connection with our customers. We want to see them succeed. We have, you know, it's not that you have to talk to us to be successful. We just make ourselves accessible. Most people just spend a lot of time in the forum. You get to interact with people like Greg, who you just met. Greg really is in the forum all the time. You're not going to go in there and find his user ID and he's going to have 3 posts. You know, he's in there all the time. Our top customers that you've met, you know, on this event through the things I've shared with you are in there all the time. Because
I have about 2,400 posts in there myself.
Yeah, we're in there every day. We're posting every day. We're reading every day. I mean, it's our forum is definitely worth the cost of your membership many times over. You know, like I said, you know, if you're super skeptical, if you feel like, you know, I mean, maybe if you're over internet marketing, then don't join. But if you still want to make money online, if you still think it's possible, then join.
Awesome. Well, I'm sorry to anybody that I haven't managed to get to your question. We had such a large number of people on this particular webinar, several hundred people on the webinar. And it's gone well over time, like almost an hour over time now. So I just want to thank you guys all for joining us. And I want to thank Mike and Kelly for giving such fantastic information on this webinar. I think it's been a real eye-opener for lots of people. Whether they join or not, I think people can see, hopefully they've got a lot of ideas from which to go ahead and experiment with. And then if you do want to join, though, you've made it very accessible at only $7 for your first 7 days. And then if you want to stay on, it's just one further payment of $37. So if you want to check it out and to claim your bonuses from me, visit affiliarama.com/bring fresh. Okay, and by the way, someone's asked, is this Project Profit? So I'm pretty sure this is a different product to Project Profits. So
no, this is a different product. Yeah, we haven't let the cat out of the bag on Project Profits yet. Sorry,
cool.
Guys.
So affiliarama.com/bring fresh.
All right. Well, thanks everyone very much. Mark, thank you so much for providing such an extraordinary event. And I hope that everyone enjoyed it. Obviously, we had probably altogether around 1,000 people on it at one point or another during the event. We still have tons of those people on. So I want to thank everybody. We've had a lot of fun. We hope that it's been fun for you.
And there's a lot of people saying that it's great, from Joanna, Rachel, Tony, Miguel, and many others. So yeah, I just want to say a big thanks, guys, for the webinar and for the content. Thanks, Kelly. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, Mark, really appreciate it, man. I appreciate your time, and I want to let you know personally, I'm a fan of yours, and whether someone joins us or not, I just want them to know, I think they're in good hands with you, and I just
thanks, Kelly. I appreciate it, and hope to meet up with you when I'm in the States.
We've only endorsed one. Mark is the only person that we've endorsed in the last year or so. Him and his top student Matt Carter, the only two people in the last calendar year that Kelly and I have gone out and endorsed that's sharing an info product. So we definitely have the highest regard for Mark and for the members of his community that help him just deliver such a top quality experience. So I want to thank everybody. It's been a lot of fun. We're looking forward to hearing your success stories and hearing your thoughts. If you can still jump on my Facebook wall and tell me if you thought we were great or if we stunk or whatever. It's facebook.com/bringthefresh. I had actually quite a number of people join up and tell me what was what, so that was great. And just thanks to everybody. We had a lot of fun. We hope it was fun for you, and we'll see you on the inside.
Cool. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Take action with what you learn, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now, everyone.